Why is that boot waiting alone tonight? By the door of the enchanted forest, Bram waited with one mud-splashed tread on the step and a lonely itch for something interesting to happen. The moon above hung like a polished coin, and the trail beyond the roots curled away in shining loops. Bram's silver-edged cuff glimmered in the moonlight, and the little moon pin near the ankle flashed once, as if it knew the night had a plan. Bram kept looking out, hoping the closest friend would stop acting so oddly. "If I only knew why," Bram muttered. Then the moonlight spilled across the trail, and the forest's 1-hour shadow trade clicked awake. Bram spotted the friend moving strangely near the trees, while the friend's shadow slipped away first, skimming toward a hidden door of ivy and bark. That was odd enough to make Bram's cuff quiver. The shadow did not drag behind at all. It seemed to know exactly where to go. "That is definitely odd," Bram said. Bram decided to try the exact same moonlit swap once, just to see. With a tiny hop and a careful tilt, Bram stepped into the odd little rule of the forest. Thunk. The nearby lantern post wobbled like a sleepy uncle, a toad blinked in surprise, and a squirrel bowed to the wrong boot. Bram stared at the wobble, the blink, and the very confused bow. "That was not my best idea," Bram whispered. So Bram tried the same swap again. This time the trail loop turned into a spinning circle of leaves, and 2 hidden doors popped open at once with loud wooden creaks. The forest looked as if it had taken a wrong turn and then gotten embarrassed about it. Leaves spun around Bram's cuff, and one door leaned open beside a patch of moss while the other yawned near a thorny root. "I was only asking one question," Bram said. Bram did the moonlit swap a 3rd time, and the forest lost all its tidy manners. The friend's shadow hauled every nearby shadow into the wrong places, tangling owl, fern, boot, and briar together in one enormous knot. One owl ended up looking like a fern looked like a boot. Bram's own shadow popped out with its tiny star-shaped ear in the middle of the mess, as if it had been dropped by mistake. "Oh dear," Bram gasped. In the middle of all that tangled moonlight, Bram looked again. The friend's shadow was not sneaking for fun at all. It was bent under a heavy bundle of worry and work, tied so neatly that no one had noticed it before. Bram's teasing face slipped away like a wet hat. The moon seemed quieter now, and the forest stopped looking silly for a moment. "You have been carrying that all alone?" Bram asked. Bram followed the swapped shadow through the hidden door of ivy and bark, then stood exactly where the friend had stood. The air on that side felt different, like stepping into someone else's busy shoes. Bram took a small breath and let the joke stay put for once. Then came the careful words. "I was quick to guess," Bram said. "I am sorry. Show me what you have been doing." The friend gave a tired laugh that sounded like relief with a tiny squeak in it. Then came a soft thank you, because the burden had finally been seen instead of guessed at from far away. Together they carried the load back through the hidden door, and the moonlit hour felt less like a trick and more like a shared path. Bram's first guess still hung around like a silly hat, but now it made them both grin. "Next time," Bram said, "I ask first. The end, tilde tilde tilde."